Are you like so many golfers that swing the club back as far as you possibly can in order to get more power in your shots? It might surprise you to learn that that can actually cost you power and certainly cost you control. Hi, my name's Peter Knight, and I've created this channel, Peter Knight Golf, to help you play the best golf you possibly can. Today we're going to have a look at two elements of how your right arm works or should work. What can go wrong in terms of trying to get more power in the shot and what you can do about it. So the first thing is we want to look at how much bend your right elbow has. So when I set myself up, as you can see from down the line here, I've got a bend of maybe 20 degrees in my right elbow. As the club swings back, that elbow bend is going to increase. But when I get to the top of my backswing, my elbow bend here is about 90 degrees. That's really all I want. So again, looking from the side, I'm starting off with, roughly 20 degrees of bend. It's increasing slowly, but only gets to about 90 degrees at the top of the swing. So when you look from front on, my swing might look a lot shorter than, say, what yours is at the moment. My upper body's probably going to turn about as much, but I'm not allowing the right elbow to collapse. When the right elbow collapses, it'll often cause the left elbow to collapse. If there's a little bend in my left elbow, no problem, because as long as my arms aren't tight or tense, then my movement in the downswing, the natural rotation movement, is likely to allow the left arm to straighten, to stay soft and swing straighter. So there's never an attempt to try and keep the left arm rigid, but I certainly don't want it to collapse by letting this elbow fold too much. So even just practicing swings where I go back, monitoring how much my elbow's bent, feeling what it's like when it's only bent to about 90 degrees rather than collapsing, and then playing shots with it less than full speed to start with and start to build up the movement. So that's the first thing. The second thing is at least as common as I see with players bending the right elbow too much. And that is allowing the right arm to actually swing around behind the body. So when I set myself up, my right arm, if we have a look at my upper arm here, it's sort of across the front of my body a little bit, just simply because my hands are together on the grip and my hands are a little bit forward of the center line of my body. So of course my upper right arm is going to be across my body a little bit. When I swing the club back, the movement I'm looking to prevent is my upper right arm moving away from my body. So if I move my arm to here, you can see that now my upper arm is sort of in line with my chest. Here, nowhere near in line with my chest. When I swing the club back to the top of the swing, I want to retain the alignment that I had addressed, or very, very close to it. So as I go back, I don't want to pull my arm back. So particularly watching from down the line there, if I swing the club back and pull my right arm back, it's going to dramatically affect the movement of the club and its swing path as I go back. Now, one drill that I can do to help me to get the feel of that is if I place the back of my left hand just above my right elbow and swing the club back just with one arm, just with my right arm. Now my left hand being behind my upper arm here is going to restrict the movement. So I actually can't bring my arm back because my left hand's holding or stopping it from doing that. When I do that drill, particularly, let's say if I'm a golfer who's been bringing my arm back, that's going to feel quite a short movement. It's going to feel like there's very little going on with my arm. And guess what? That's correct. So let's put them all together. So right elbow bend to about 90 degrees only. And that's plenty of movement with my arms there. Practicing that movement, watching your reflection, making some practice swings and getting the feel, say with the drill through here, is going to, and also making sure the elbow doesn't bend any more than 90 degrees. Do it with shorter swings than normal, or slightly shorter swings. And look, if you've been swinging back too far, your swing is going to feel shorter anyway. Do it with less than full speed swings and you'll start to build the feel of the movement in. Obviously your greatest challenge is going to be with the driver because the temptation to go back further is greatest because we want to hit the ball a little bit further, but work your way up to that. You should find that immediately your ball striking gets better, your control gets better, and you may even hit it further.